Good morning, friends, and a warm welcome back. I'm Errol Barnett as we both look live at the Capitol Dome. High temperatures there will only hit 45 degrees today, so it's chilly. But inside, lawmakers are warming to the possibility of reopening the government. And that's where our government shutdown edition of today's top stories begin. The Senate approved a funding package last night, sending it to the House. Lawmakers there could vote on the bill as soon as tomorrow afternoon. And with a GOP majority, it is expected to pass. Flight cuts at the busiest airports in the country will ramp up today from 4% to 6%. This is due to a mandate from the FAA, which is concerned about safety and the air traffic controller shortage. And even though it looks like the shutdown may end soon, there are concerns about delays lingering even after people start getting paid again. But some more progressive lawmakers are frustrated with the 7 Democrats and 1 independent senator who voted with Republicans. CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns spoke to Senator Bernie Sanders, who called the shift a disaster. She also spoke with him about criticism of Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Do you think he should be replaced?
By whom? Well, that's the point. The question is if somebody, look, again, Schumer's views are very different than mine. He is an establishment Democrat, no secret. I am not. I hope that by electing new members of the Senate, we will have, in fact, new leadership. But right now, it is what it is.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion is on Capitol Hill with the latest on this. Good morning, Nikole. So, as we mentioned there, progressives are upset at the moderate Democrats over this deal, but those moderate Dems in the Senate would have known they're going to take heat for this. So where does this leave Democrats as a party?
Yeah, well, I think let's back up for a second here. I mean, obviously, in terms of the moderates, their big thing was they just did not see that this was sustainable. And so that is why ultimately they decided to break ranks with the party. There has always kind of been this moderate progressive divide within the Democratic Party, but the Republican Party for that matter, too. Neither party is a monolith. But, in terms of progressives, I think the issue is, for many of them, they almost feel like this is a case of deja vu. We know that Leader Schumer took a lot of heat in March when he voted, along with a small group of Democrats, to extend a government funding through a continuing resolution. Obviously, this time he changed his position, but at the same time, you had this group of moderate Democrats who backed this new extension of government funding. And at the end of the day, despite holding out for more than a month, Democrats ultimately didn't secure their key demand, which was to get an extension of these Affordable Care Act tax credits. And really, the fate of those remains in limbo. Yes, the Senate has pledged to hold a vote on those. Leader John Thune has made that commitment and said he's willing to work with Democrats on that. But Speaker Mike Johnson has not made that commitment in the House. Furthermore, we've seen the president rail against these tax credits, even though he acknowledges that he believes the Affordable Care Act needs to be overhauled. So Democrats feel, especially those progressives, feel like, why did we do all of this when we didn't get what we wanted out of it? That is why we should have held the line, kind of forced Republicans' hands a little bit more. And they believe that Leader Schumer was kind of complicit in this. Leader Schumer, though, for his part, was very clear that he understood that this was a difficult dilemma within his party. So we will certainly see how the politics of this plays out. But at minimum, we know that the government will reopen probably within a matter of days once this measure clears the House.
Yeah, fascinating to watch this all play out. Nikole Killion, thank you very much.